Oh, no. He's gonna put that in his mouth and become one of the 400 estimated people that die from acute salmonella. Do not put that finger!
Hey guys, What the Flick? Matt Atchity, Alonso Duralde, Christy, Lemire, Ben Mankiewicz. We're discussing Mom's Night Out. Matt and I are bracketing this conversation, and we haven't seen the movie.
Yes,
so
we're bracketing with our apathy.
Focus right here. Christy Lemire started her review with the words depressingly regressive and borderline dangerous. And you have pissed off some people.
Yes, welcome, comrades. I am leftist film critic Christy Lemire now, apparently.
Shouldn't we be doing that in Russian?
Здравствуйте. Добрый день. So this is about a trio of women who want to go have a night out. They are frazzled and neurotic stay-at-home moms. They are in desperate need of a little bit of fun, but they leave their children to the care of their totally incompetent husbands, and all hell breaks loose, or rather all heck. Take a look.
Tell me it's all gonna be okay.
It's all gonna be okay. Just give it 5 years. Year 7 or 5.
You have to choose to do something for yourself.
I planned this mom's night thing. Ladies, tonight is our night, and we look good.
Okay, so here's the plan. We take them inside, get their hands stamped, and they can't get out. Like Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, so basically this tells women to stay at home.
Yeah. Everything would be much smoother, ladies,
Right.
if you would just know your role and take care of those kids.
They don't get to have any fun on their mom's night out.
No,
right?
no, they spend the whole time running around trying to find a missing child, and
Right.
because of another incompetent dad who was,
Right.
like handed them off to somebody.
Right. And the thing with
So they found their night out is spent like a person who's not even part of their group.
Right.
They try.
Yes.
Sarah Drew's sister-in-law, played by Abby Cobb,
Right.
is a single mom, and she takes a part-time job to help support her baby.
What a fucking whore.
Right.
How dare
Right. The one woman who has a job also gets punished for having a job
True,
because
yes.
she leaves the baby with the father,
The dad, yeah.
and he passes it off to somebody else, and so the moms who are supposed to be out having a good time chase all over town looking for this missing baby. So they get punished at every turn for trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is better than the Single Moms Club.
I don't remember that. What was that?
Tyler Perry's
Oh,
The
yeah,
Single
yeah,
Moms
yeah, yeah.
Club.
This feels like a Tyler Perry movie, though,
So,
yeah.
let's
Right.
have some perspective here. But it is...
So you were critical of a leftist's movie.
There are some laughs here. There are, every so often, Patricia Heaton will fire off a good one-liner, or Sarah Drew, I have to say, even though the character is written terribly, she is game.
She's very cute.
It's kind of like Elizabeth Banks
Right.
in Walk of Shame, where the
right.
character is dopey, but she's giving it her all.
She seems really cute and really likable. Like with better material, I'm sure she's great.
Absolutely, yeah. I think she was on Grey's Anatomy or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, there's a really weird retrograde vibe about this movie that is, basically, ladies stay home, don't expect, if you're being frazzled and God loves you for that, but don't expect your husband to lift a fucking finger to help you out.
And one of the dads is gone all the time. Sean Astin's gone on for work all the time.
Right.
The other dad is like actively afraid of his twins.
This movie sounds like it's from the Taliban.
They don't drink.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Sex in the City with no Cosmos,
It's the Christian hangover. It is for faith-based audiences, and it is an underserved audience, but they deserve better comedy than this.
Yeah, they deserve comedy at all. Because really, usually these movies are not even remotely trying to be funny. This one is at least taking a stab at it, and every so often succeeding at it. So, this is not as toxic as other Christian movies that we've had in recent years that feel vengeful toward non-Christians in a way, that feel like they are not filled with the spirit of love and Christ. They are filled with like my way
Judgment.
or drop dead,
Well, the thing with this movie too, the way they incorporate the faith is actually non-preachy and pretty seamless.
Except for when it stops for a sermon.
Although I do like Trace Adkins. Trace
Adkins is good,
the
actually,
fallen Christian biker with a heart of gold.
Is there any need, depressingly regressive and borderline dangerous, is there any need to read on when a reviewer begins with such a hysterically overdone opening gambit for a PG movie review? One wonders if this person has any sense of proportion. I wonder that often about this.
Don't read the comments.
Also, I get,
These words should be more associated with feminist. You're a
feminist and elected.
trying to undermine healthy, normal, natural families. Please leave.
Please.
Please leave.
Well, there we go.
Here's the deal, though. This reminds me a lot of when I wrote mixed but negative review of The Dark Knight Rises, right?
Oh, are you getting death threats?
No.
okay.
They're praying for me.
Oh, that's the next best thing.
No, but it's not that bad. But there's a
Christian death threats are bless her heart.
Bless y'all. I was a sorority girl in the South. I know these things. But no, it's amazing because like if you go see this movie and you enjoy it, like what does my negative review do to impact your enjoyment? Or if you haven't seen it and you're planning on seeing it, my negative review is not going to change your mind. Like go see it, have fun.
It might even help you lower expectations.
Right.
You might enjoy it more.
I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a good time at the movies. I never want to wish anybody a bad time at the movies. But like, what does my review or any negative review? Inku didn't like it. Right, Elizabeth Weitzman didn't like it.
Like, you've got a lot of people. I mean, I see this. We see this all the time. We see it all the time on our very channel here. There are a lot of people that like to throw stones and not take responsibility for what they say. Right? I did a podcast earlier this week or a couple weeks ago that's aired this week that people had wanted to engage me about something vaguely political I said. And I've told the couple guys that did, I've said, like, look, like, you want to have a conversation about that? Let's arrange to get on the phone. But I'm not doing this over Twitter. I'm not doing it over Facebook. I'm not going to have a debate. Like, you can't have a debate online, period. No. There's no winning. No. And so what you get is, what we get and what a lot of people get across the board is there is a type of person who will throw stones and say shitty stuff because there's no consequence. So if somebody wants to rant about your review, he may have legitimate points to make. But by deciding to do that there, it only serves to show, here's what I think, but all it really does is show that you're an asshole. Like honestly, like if you go and complain about something, if you really have a point and you really want to reach that person and try and get heard, then make the effort. But commenting on a video, commenting on Twitter, like it's the equivalent of the people who are like, oh, forward this and you're gonna get whatever. It is the laziest way to define who you are.
Well,
right?
I don't get like why people feel threatened by dissenting opinions. Like, why does it matter?
I think that in certain cases, especially when they haven't seen the movie yet, that's the one that kills me. And in this case, maybe they have, maybe they haven't. But I feel like the faith-based audience has a segment of it that is as fervent about the fact that these movies exist as the Comic-Con audience does. Yes. They don't have to see it to know that you are the worst person in the world for not loving it. Right. Also, because it's so important that it exists at all that none may dare pick up any holes in it.
And the segment of the faith-based community, the conservative part of it, of which may probably be the biggest part of it, or certainly a big part of it. I don't know about the loudest, right? Definitely the loudest. Maybe not the biggest, the loudest. I think you're right. That's a great point. Definitely by far the loudest, because the other part is like, I think we should keep that private and not just keep it to myself. And there is a desire and a feeling of persecution among this loud group. They love to embrace. So the first moment that since the world is against them, since everything that they feel like they've had is slipping away and it's just been a fight your whole life, which is of course largely nonsense. Maybe individually in their lives there have been struggles, but as a rule, and they see a threat from you and it just feeds into this channeled victimhood that they are eager and grateful and delighted to embrace, and you got some of it with this review.
And there's an oversimplification too. Like, I hate stay-at-home moms. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. I'm kind of a part-time stay-at-home mom. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
They're trolls, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't engage.
Also, I find it amusing. I read you do hate Catholics. It said so right.
That's true.
You hate the Catholic.
But I will say that Mom's Night Out made me miss Irma Bombeck.
Aww.
Irma Bombeck was really funny and could take the sort of mundane day-to-day stuff of the stay-at-home mom, of the housewife, as we used to call them, and turn it into something that was genuinely funny and insightful. And this movie, there are glimmers of that every so often, but it just more often than not feels really contrived, and it feels like the two male directors, there is a female co-writer on this, are really trying to sort of undergird this notion of, oh, ladies, quit being hysterical, calm down, and just
God wants you there. You're fine.
Exactly. Do your biblically apportioned thing of staying at home with your kids.
To make a great movie with that message.
Yeah, right.
That would be interesting. There are movies out there that have messages in line with conservative values and belief systems that are great, right? I mean, Ghostbusters is a great example. Ghostbusters is a movie that, like, total 80s era, Reaganomic,
Anti-government regulation,
sucks,
yeah.
right? Like
true.
EPA sucks. EPA is the villain in that movie, right? You could make a strong case that The Incredibles, and we've talked about this before, is in line
It's Ayn Randian,
with
yeah.
Ayn Randian, right? Like you could make good movies that line up with that. But there's a lot of people, the rap just...
And I see a ton of movies that are like my lefty queer agenda
also crap.
that suck.
Right.
And I will say so.
Right. This is not funny. It's not made well, and it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not smart. Yeah.
Getting them, I think we would all agree, and I would like to think that the audience that this is aimed at should not settle for half-baked movies that get the message right. Like, it's not enough to get the message right. Get the message right, great, but that's not enough. Yeah. Like, you still got to make a good movie. And you got a lot of people, like, okay, do what everybody else does. Spend your time learning your craft, learning what you're doing, spend some money on it because quality costs money, and make a good movie, right?
Yeah,
That's my rant.
If I were an Ayn Rand devotee, I would be really pissed off about those shitty Atlas Shrugged movies because that book could actually make a sort of fun, like sweeping film that would also kind of push across the message. I don't like the message, but I did find the book entertaining, and those movies are really hacky.
We should do numbers.
That's
2.5. I like Trace Adkins.
Yeah, 3.8 because I've seen much worse.
You only hated it a little more than $1 Million Arm. Look at that.
So what's our average?
3.2.
It's at like, what, 15%?
50.
Yeah,
something
pretty
like
low.
that?
Because,
So-
it's those damn liberal critics
On the-
that
on the
hate
coast.
America
On
and
the
hate
coast.
everybody.
All right, bye.